Hi, everybody. Today for Fundations, we are going to practice some of our trick words. We are going to read some words and break them up into syllables. And then we're going to practice 3 vowel sounds. We're going to practice 3 current words, 1 review word, and 1 sentence. So for this lesson, you will need a piece of paper or something to write with. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to hold up the trick words. I'm going to pause and give you a chance to read them, and then I'm going to read them. All right, let's move that down a little bit. Okay, first word, put. Why, buy, my, try. Oh, I bet you can read it upside down too. R. Nope. Ugh. Boys and girls, Mrs. Holman. Can't figure it out. Where, there, here. Who, have, were, what, also, to, nope, some, come, when, friend, month, been, own, want, little, Mr., Mrs. All right, good job. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera down to my dry erase board. I have written some words down here that we're going to practice. I'm going to point to the letters. I want you to tap them out, and then we'll read the word all together, and then we will break it up into syllables. So the first word, I want you to look up here where my finger is. I'm going to tap the letter. You're going to tap it out, and then we're going to read it. Okay, you ready? P, a, b, l, ick. Public. Read it quickly. Public. All right, let's go ahead and break it up into syllables. Public. We have 2 short vowel sounds there. And then I. Okay, all together that word is public. We have a public library in Kent. That means that anybody can go there. All right, let's look at the next word. Tap it out. P. What sound does an make? An, ick. P, an, ick. Read it quick. Panic. Let's break it up. Oops, Mrs. Holman's little ick. All right, very good. So I will panic if I see a mouse. All right, so this word is panic. Let's go down to the next word. All right, tap it out. P, ick. Ick. Pick. Nick. All right, let's read it quick. Picnic. All right, if we break it up into syllables, pick, nick. Very good. It is nice to have a picnic when the weather is warm. All right, let's go to the next word. I'm going to point to it. You're going to tap it out. Expect. Let's do it again. Expect. Now that one's a little bit tough to tap out. So if we read it a little bit quicker. Expect. I expect you to do your work. Expect. All right. Good job. Again, we have 2 short vowel sounds here, 2 short E's. All right, 2 more words. Tap it out. Ik. Do it again. Ik. Read it fast. Comic. Diary of a Wimpy Kid is a type of comic. All right, it's usually something that's funny. And our last word today. Tap it out. Back. I bet we know this one. Backpack. And again, if we break it up into syllables, we have back and pack. All right. I have a backpack that I use as my purse. That's a true story. All right. Good job. So, all this week, we're going to be working on, again, those 2-syllable words. So now is the time that I want you to get your piece of paper out. And I'm going to start by giving you 3 vowel sounds. And these are going to be a little bit different than what we've written before. So I'm going to show you since we're just practicing today. All right. So the first sound that I want you to write is A, like in safe. So we know that's a long A sound. So let me show you how I want you to write it. The first thing is that A, of course. And then if you think back to our card, when we have the safe card, it's an A, then a dash, and then that silent E. So I'm going to show you on my board how I want you to write it on your paper. Okay, so again, we had that A, then that dash, which means there's a consonant there, and then that silent E. That's how I want you to write the long A sound. The next long sound I want you to write is I, like in pine. So if we wrote long A this way, how would I write I, like in pine? Of course, I'd have my I, because we know it's a long I sound, followed by my dash, followed by that silent E. All right. So the next sound I want you to write is O, like in home. So if we did A and I like this, what would home look like? Go ahead and write that on your paper. All right, again, O, then a dash, and then again that silent E. All right, so that's how I want you to write your long vowel sounds. All right, so now I'm going to move the camera back up here. And I'm going to go ahead and give you 3 current words, okay? So the first word I'm going to give you is public. Kent has a public library. Public means that anybody can go there, okay? So, public. I'm going to tap it out. P, a, b, pub, p, a, b, l, ick. Now, we just practiced this, so I wonder if you remember what comes at the end of it. Could be a little tricky because there's a couple ways to write the k sound. But I wonder if you remember public. I'm going to go ahead and write it. And then I want you to make sure that you wrote it correctly on your paper. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put it down here. And I want you to look at yours and make sure it looks like mine. Public. Public. If you didn't write it correctly, that's okay, but make sure you write it correctly now so you can practice it the right way. All right, and if Mrs. Holman's going too fast, go ahead and pause me. All right, and the next word I want you to write is backpack. I think we had this last week, but I want to practice it again. So let's go ahead and tap it out. Back. Backpack. I'll do it again. ack, ack, backpack. Now, this word uses a different way than public to write that k sound. I wonder if you know what it is. All right, check yours with mine. Back, it used that CK, remember? Public just used the C. But backpack has two CKs in there. All right, backpack. Make sure you wrote it like mine. Okay, write it the right way. And we've got one more current word, and that word is expect. I expect you to do your work. Expect. X. P. E. K. T. Expect. I'll do it again. X. P. E. K. T. Expect. All right, I'm going to go ahead and write it, and then you can check yours with mine. Expect. All right, let's check it out. Okay. Expect. Expect. All right. Make sure you write it correctly. Again, pause me if I'm going too fast. And the word we're going to write, Mrs. Holman's having a brain freeze. A word that we've already, a review word. Oh my goodness, Mrs. Holman. Mrs. Holman needs to go to bed. Okay. Is drink. I would like to have a drink of water. Ink. Ink. All right, I'm going to go ahead and write it. Ink. All right. Check yours with mine. All right. We have ink. Remember that glued sound there. Ink. Like in pink. Okay. We have one sentence and then we are done. Oh, I'm going crazy with the camera again. Okay. Sentence. Mr. and Mrs. Grant had a picnic. Say it with me. Mr. and Mrs. Grant had a picnic. Okay. So we need to remember those trick words, Mr. and Mrs. First word, Mr. Next word, and. And. Mr. and Mrs. Mr. and Mrs. Grant. Now, boys and girls, that's going to be their last name. So it has to be a capital letter because your last names and your first names all begin with capital letters. So make sure you do a capital G. And Grant. I'll do it again. G. And Grant. Mr. and Mrs. Grant had a picnic. Mr. and Mrs. Grant had a picnic. Pick. We'll do it again. P-ick. N-ick. Picnic. Okay, I'll say it one more time and then we'll check yours with mine. Mr. and Mrs. Grant had a picnic. All right, let's see if yours looks like mine. All right. We have our capital M, our period. Did you remember your period after Mr.? If you didn't, correct it now. And, A-N-D, Mrs., M-R-S, that period. Grant, Ant. Had, add. A, p-ick, n-ick, picnic. All right, oops. Let me go ahead and push that up just a little bit. All right, check your sentence with mine, boys and girls. I hope that you practiced with me, and I hope that you also have a good day.